What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie titled Demolition. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Naomi Watts, and Chris Cooper. This is a non-spoiler review. This movie is, of course, directed by Jean-Marc Vallée, who also directed S.H.I.E.L.D. and Dallas Buyers Club. I love Dallas Buyers Club. First off, I gotta say, this is a very underrated movie. Now, it's not perfect, but it's not bad, it's not good. I think it really is good. I want to say it's great at times because, honestly, I think it is a great movie at times. I enjoyed being in the theater. It made me smile. It made me actually dig into the story a little bit more. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance is fantastic. You know, I've read other reviews and people saying, the plot story or some stuff just lose time. Yes, it does. But there's something about this movie where I'm like, I'm gonna buy this when it comes out on like DVD or Blu-ray. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about it where I just enjoy this movie so much, and hopefully, you guys could hopefully enjoy the movie as well. So I'm just gonna give you some pros, the good stuff, cons, the bad stuff. Give you my final score. Tell you whether or not if you should go check out Demolition in theaters, maybe wait for rental, or never see this movie at all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's my non-spoiler review for Demolition. First off the pros, man, Jake Gyllenhaal is fantastic in this movie. I really enjoyed him. His character Davis, he's not a really enjoyable character at times, honestly, but the way that Jake Gyllenhaal plays him, I mean, he was fantastic in Southpaw, Nightcrawler, and this is another great acting. I mean, no bad acting in here. All the actors, Chris Cooper's a great supporting actor. Naomi Watts adds a lot of cute scenes with Jake Gyllenhaal. I'll say Naomi Watts is really cool in this movie. Especially with I'm not even saying it, but this is a weed scene. And then she has a son in the movie. He's 15 years old, and he adds some, subplots in there too. And it's interesting to see Jake Gyllenhaal talk to a 15-year-old, and there's different things going on. So there's a lot of stories going on, but yet it kind of leaves off with Naomi Watts a little weird. That's kind of one of the cons. But Jake Gyllenhaal, the acting, everyone's fantastic in here. I think Jean-Marc Vallée did an awesome job also with the directing and whoever was the cinematographer. Great cinematography, man. There's nothing wrong how this movie was shot. It looks beautiful. I love the tone sometimes, how dark it is, and then it's something about the music in here, because the music really helps me with this movie. I mean, Mr. Big's in here. Heart, Crazy on You. I mean, so much music I can relate to, and I also could relate to Jake Gyllenhaal's character. Mind you, in the story, and it's in the trailer, it's not a big spoiler, it's just in the first 5 minutes he loses his wife. I can't obviously relate to that, but the way that he feels where sometimes he just can't feel anything and he doesn't feel really connected to people, and he just he wants to tear everything apart and then put it back together sort of thing, or maybe he just wants to leave it apart. He wants to see how things work on the inside, like maybe you just want to take apart your DVD player, your Xbox, or your Blu-ray, and you just want to see how everything works inside, and then just try to put it all back together. I could relate to it somehow with his character, of course, and I enjoy, there's so many cool scenes in here. There's funny scenes, there's emotional scenes, there's just dramatic scenes. I mean, there's so much scenes going on with Jake Gyllenhaal. And Naomi Watts does, again, add a little tension in there. Chris Cooper's a good supporting actor, a good beam for Jake Gyllenhaal to lean on. Like I said, Jake Gyllenhaal and all the supporting actors, the acting was fantastic. The directing here and the music as well is something that I really enjoy about this movie. Now, with the cons, I have to say that it did take me about 15 to 20 minutes to actually get into this movie. Mind you, I was sick, and I'm still sick, but when I went to go see the theater, I was coughing and everything. There was only one person in there. It's 10:15 on a Tuesday night, so there's I would expect it to at least be 5, 6, 7 people. It's only 2 other people down at the bottom, so I'm kind of like, great, I kind of wish people were actually here to see the movie, but, whatever, I guess, whatever floats your boat, technically, but, everyone's watching Batman v Superman while I'm just here watching Demolition, it took time to get into the movie, because at the first 15 to 20 minutes, I was thinking to myself, this is gonna, I wanted it to be a great movie, because I liked the trailer from, the trailers that they released, and I'm kind of sitting there no, I don't like the way this is going. The first 15 minutes, I was like, this ain't gonna work, and then it just continuously got better as the plot went along. Yeah, there are slow scenes, there's a few slow scenes in here, man, that might, I could say, if you go see this in theater and you're alone and it's late at night, at 10:15 or something, it's going to get a little boring. It's going to get a little slow. That's why it's kind of like an about a rental or theater-wise. It does have slow scenes, so make sure that either you've just woken up and you go see this movie, or just don't watch it when you're like all tired and you'll probably fall asleep during the movie. But it is an interesting story of how it all goes. I love when he writes Champions Company. He's like, "Dear Champions Company, your machine was supposed to give me M&M peanuts. It did not." And like just this whole narration and the voiceover, I think all of that was just a fantastic add-on to it. But the cons, again, where they left off with Naomi Watts' character, it's kind of like a misplaced, like, what happened? What are they, what? Like, I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just saying, like, nothing, like, something big happens, but not where it, like, you could go talk to that person, you don't have to stop, like, you just kind of walk off and leave, sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? So, kind of that happens, and then as well, it did take some time to get into, or, you know, it's not as interesting until 20 minutes into the plot, where it really, really digs in and gets interesting, and you finally start to see the pieces moving, and, you know, then it gets a little slow, and then it picks up again, so it's, you know, one of those movies as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end up giving Demolition an 8.4 out of a 10. I thought it was a really good movie, man. Honestly, it's one of the movies where I could own it day one, sort of thing, because I enjoy it, and other people could be different. Other people could say, "Oh, no, there's the story problems," or, you know, it doesn't really feel, his character doesn't feel rewarding at the end of the movie, which I just personally enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. It has great acting, great music, great editing, great cinematography. The directing was fantastic. Like, everything was all on point. A few story things, a little slow. That's about it. You know, just little things like that. Either way, is it worth watching in general? Yes, it is. Is it worth watching in theaters? Well, I would say just watch the trailer. I would really support this movie because it only made $1 million, and it's an underrated movie. Mind you, it's not an Oscar movie or something like that. It could have been. You could see it was trying to be as close as it could be. It really was, but it's a movie still worth watching. So it's your choice. If you want to watch in the theaters, it's definitely an interesting movie. It's a very good movie to go see in theaters. Or just always make sure you can check it out on rental for $1. So, but I would go see it early, as like matinee prices, $5.50, something like that. Whatever your theater does, go to the early screening, of course, in the morning. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope all of you enjoyed. My upcoming reviews will be Midnight Special, The Jungle Book Barber Shop, much more stuff. So make sure to check out the channel. I just reviewed The Boss with Melissa McCarthy. Go ahead and check that out as well. Thanks again. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Thank you as always. Until next time, bye-bye.